What's going on, guys? JSGC here, back again for another Manchester City video, where today we're going to be doing a Manchester City transfer update. We know that Manchester City playing every 7 days for the foreseeable future. It means content goes a bit quiet and gives me more of an opportunity to speak more regularly about transfers. So what's not to like ahead of what's going to be a very busy summer transfer window for Manchester City. So before I do crack on with this transfer update, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. It's free to subscribe. Also, don't forget social media links there in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the video. We hit 300 likes and then some in our last one, so let's go for 300 likes once more as the like goal for this video as well. Any help towards that would be greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the comments below. And finally, I want to say a big thank you to today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by Kitbag, where they've got all of Manchester City's shirts available for you guys to go and purchase in lots of sizes, so do go and check it out. I think all shirts available for under £40 for the current Manchester City season, where you can pick up the home and away shirts. They're both available for under £35, so links and details there in the description if you do want to go and check that out. Then that would be much appreciated. Anyone that does check out Kitbag using my link in the description does help to support the future content created here on my channel. So we're going to dive straight on in with some contract news, and we're going to speak about Ilkay Gundogan. And Pep Guardiola has confirmed that Manchester City are close to triggering an extension clause in Ilkay Gundogan's contract. It's based on appearances, and if triggered, which I am expecting for that to be the case, it will see Ilkay Gundogan stay on the same contract that his current deal is on, but rather than his City contract coming to an end this summer, it will come to an end next summer on June 30th of 2026, rather than it coming to an end on June 30th of 2025. Very close to being met, as confirmed by Pep Guardiola. There could be a case where City have a gentleman's agreement in place with Ilkay Gundogan, where if he has offers coming in and City want him to leave and he wants to leave, that something could be sorted and he'd leave. I imagine no transfer fee would be involved in that. So it's all about a case of, if City are going to trigger that extension in his contract, is Ilkay Gundogan also happy to stay here, and are City happy to keep him here past this summer as well? We will see, but seems like Pep Guardiola hinting that he's wanting the likes of Gundogan and Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne still to stay at Manchester City, whilst adding in more depth into the team. So we've been speaking about a big transition, 4, 5, 6 players potentially leaving City. That could be the case. It just might not be the players that we are expecting, because we're still wanting further clarification about the futures of some of the other players. You know, Calvin Phillips, Kyle Walker out on loan, they need to leave. Edison was interested in a move away from Manchester City. Is that still the case? There's going to be interest coming in for Mateo Kovacic, from Mateus Nunes as well, and in my opinion still looking a bit short when it comes to our defence, and potentially out wide as well. So to me, still lots of business to be sorted by Manchester City, and maybe some of you guys are not going to be too happy about keeping hold of the ageing older players, but you've also got to remember that these players that are getting older are getting very much to a point now where we hit 2026, and the likes of Bernardo, Gundogan, De Bruyne, all the contracts will be up and done and dusted, and there won't be City players. So to me, you're looking at 3 huge, very influential players at Manchester City that, if they all leave at the same time next summer, rather than 1 or 2 leaving this summer, just maybe creates a little problem for Manchester City, because, you know, letting 3 brilliant servants for the club leave and replacing all 3 of them in one window, it's nigh impossible to do so. You've got to be thinking long term, and in my opinion, I won't let this stop Man City from doing the business that they want to be done when it comes to trying to refresh Manchester City's midfield, because old tired legs just aren't going to cut it. And I imagine that Gundogan and De Bruyne, they'll know that. They know they're going to get a limited playing time. They're not going to be first choice at Manchester City, but City very much looking to try and break away from their normal philosophy of Pep Guardiola having a smaller squad, and City looking to try and have a larger squad with more options. And if that is the case, then we've got to be thinking long term. You've got to be thinking about high quality young players that maybe don't have to be registered by the club, and players that just give you more depth and more legs when the season starts to get tough and we're playing every 3 to 4 days, so we'll see. I do also have an update on Kevin De Bruyne, and it's very much the same there with De Bruyne as what it is with Ilkay Gundogan. So Simon Mullock has said that De Bruyne's got eyes on the World Cup in North America in 2026. He wants to be best prepared for the competition as possible to help his country, Belgium, and he feels like Manchester City is the best place for him to help prepare for the World Cup ahead of moves to Saudi Arabia and to the United States of America. Now, Pep Guardiola is happy for Kevin De Bruyne to stay. Manchester City want Kevin De Bruyne to stay, but they want him to have a reduced wage, which would reflect him being having a reduced responsibility at Manchester City, which apparently Kevin De Bruyne is happy to agree to. He's currently on a wage that's either close to or on £400,000 per week. City will want to try and reduce that wage down to free up some wage for us to go out and get more players on new contracts, bigger contracts, longer contracts, and also the potential of bringing in high quality players to the squad as well. Apparently Kevin De Bruyne happy to sign a 1-year extension at Manchester City. There could well be maybe some options included on that, including big bonuses, because City want to reduce his wage from £400,000 a week to £150,000 per week. Now, it is very much two contracts that I'm keeping my eyes and ears open with Ilkay Gundogan and Kevin De Bruyne. I'm not ruling out them leaving the club. I'm also not ruling them out staying at the club as well. We'll wait and see. Now, moving on to the ins, we've got a new name come to the form of Ben Vickery from Hibernian in Scotland. Now, he's a 16-year-old Scottish goalkeeper, and Pete O'Rourke has said that Manchester City have been scouting the young lad and have put their proposals and an offer forward to him to join Manchester City's academy. Apparently, he's keen on the move. Manchester City are keen on the move, and he's set to sign the contract as well, with the player looking forward to potentially joining Manchester City's academy. He currently plays for Hibernian's under-18 side, so he would just simply transition and go over to the Manchester City under-18 side and to be the latest academy signing for Manchester City. Now, moving on, we've got another new name, Francisco Trincao of Sporting Club de Portugal. The 25-year-old Portuguese winger plays predominantly on the right wing. Now, he's got a release clause of €80 million. Transfermarket.com have currently got his value set at around €27 million, which is very much short of €80 million. So I don't know if there's room to negotiate this transfer or not, or whether Sporting would simply point towards his release clause. But he's a 25-year-old Portuguese winger. He's having a very good season at the moment with Sporting CP. He's made 23 appearances in the top division in Portugal with 10 assists, 8 goals, and that's why Manchester City are being linked with a move for him, according to a Bola. But Manchester City not the only team in Manchester interested in signing Trincao, with Manchester United also keen, and that's not really of a surprise. Hugo Viana, incoming sporting director at Manchester City, is the former sporting director at Sporting CP, so he knows all about Trincao. And Manchester United, of course, have got manager Ruben Amorim, who's the former manager at Sporting CP and worked with Trincao, so that's why both clubs have been linked. We'll see if either club choose to make a move. City could be looking at wingers. All depends on what they want to do with the current wingers that they've got long term. What do they see happening with the likes of Doku and Savinho? Big question marks over Jack Grealish, so we'll see. We will. Anyway, moving on to the final transfer, I want to speak quickly about Joshua Kimmich, because very interesting this. Now, Christian Falk has said that talks between Joshua Kimmich and Bayern Munich have completely collapsed, and he is now set to leave Bayern Munich in the summer for free once his contract does expire. So my question to you guys, Kimmich, yay or nay? Let me know in the comments. But Manchester City value his experience. They value that he's for free, and he is very much a player that would be of interest. And he's versatile, so Pep Guardiola likes versatile players. Can play in central midfield, central defensive midfield, and gives Manchester City an extra option at the right side of defence as well. And Pep Guardiola has worked with Kimmich before at Bayern Munich, albeit I think it was just for a season. It wasn't too long, but he has worked with him before. And Manchester City have been interested in the past as well. The big problem that we've got with the 30-year-old German international is he would command a very big wage, which is why talks have collapsed between him and Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich wanting to look for the future and seeing Kimmich as a player not so much for the future, whereas he's wanting now to earn big money. He's wanting to increase his wage. He feels like he's in his prime. He feels like right now is maybe the right time for him to leave Bayern Munich and pursue a move away to another club outside of Germany. Now, does he want a European move, or does he want a big money move? If he wants a big money move, then you'd have thought a move to Saudi Arabia would maybe appeal more to Joshua Kimmich, but he feels like he's got a lot to offer European football. So the question would be, would City be prepared to put him on a big contract? And if that is the case and give him a lot of money, we also have Kevin De Bruyne potentially coming down on his wage, so it frees up a bit of wage for City to go out and bring somebody in like Joshua Kimmich. Now, I really like Kimmich. I think he's a brilliant player, but I'm really torn on this because I feel like City, to help with the transition, need hungry, younger players, because to me, what we save on in wages, what we could be paying in a fee to bring in the next generation of players to help the club. Now, I'd love to have the experience and a professional winner in someone like Joshua Kimmich around our first team, because he's a wonderful player, gives us really competitive options around our squad in midfield and in defence as well. I just feel like if we want to help transition and go for the younger players and bring the average age of the squad down, does it really benefit Man City bringing in a 30-year-old when we're already getting question marks over the likes of De Bruyne and Gundogan, 34 years old, Bernardo Silva, actually 32, coming up to 33 years old? It doesn't really make sense. So we'll see if other clubs are interested. City could well be interested. They could make a move. They might think he is the right profile that they're looking for. It might be Saudi Arabia. We'd have to wait and see. But very much still a lot of movement in the transfer market, and very exciting as we do head towards what is going to be a very busy summer transfer window for Manchester City. So that has been today's transfer update. If you did enjoy this video, please do leave a thumbs up. 300 likes is the aim. Do get your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Social media links there in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And a big thank you to today's video sponsor, Kitbag. Go and check them out, where you can go and purchase any of the Manchester City shirts for the current season for less than £40. The home and away shirt available for less than £35. A bargain. Great deal. So do go and check it out. Links and details there in the description, and a big thank you to Kitbag for sponsoring this transfer update. And I'll see you all again real soon for the next City video. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.